Four Color Commentary. I'm Mark Allen, and I was just going through the comic collection again, still organizing. You know, that's an ongoing thing. I guess I shouldn't look at that as something that will one day be completed, although my wife would probably like for a lot of this to be cleared away. But anyway, I'm just going through again. I wanted to show you some more of the things that I'd pulled out that are of interest to me and interest perhaps to you. Back in the day, a lot of you I know remember these. I talk about these from time to time. Amazing Heroes magazine. Amazing Heroes was a great news magazine. What was going on in the world of comics, and I remember these are specialists. Issues number 54 and 55 are special to me. Published in 1984. They're special to me because back in the day there was a man who wrote a history of the X-Men up to that point. A nice Terry Austin cover with the old X-Men there surrounded by their enemies. And then there's number 55 with a very cool Bill Sienkiewicz cover of Wolverine there picking his teeth with his adamantium claw. Probably not a great idea, as you can see. Looks like maybe he's chipping away there. Hey, you know what? That brings up an interesting question. Why aren't Wolverine's teeth made of adamantium as well? They're bone, aren't they? Anyway, okay. Don't digress too much. But anyway, a man named R.A. Jones wrote the history of the X-Men in these 2 issues. R.A. Jones is actually a writer from the Tulsa area. I know R.A. I've spent time with him in the past, and he's a friend of a friend in a way. That's how it started out, and with Michael Vance, who I've talked about many times here. And anyway, R.A. was writing regularly for Amazing Heroes for a long time, and was even for 1 year, I don't remember what year it was, but 1 year he was voted fans' favorite comic, or fans' favorite writer about comics, and that was in Comics Buyer's Guide. So I mean, the man knows comics, he knows the history of comics. And anyway, when I found out that he was at a particular store, and this was probably just my sophomore to junior year in high school, I asked him to sign his article in issue number 55, and he did. And he signed it there to Mark. Thanks for picking this up. Hope you like it, R.A. Jones. I always think he has a cool signature. I like his signature very much. But anyway, a little more about R.A. is R.A. has written, he wrote a lot for Malibu Comics back in the day. He has written for Dark Horse, Marvel, and DC, a little bit for each, all 3. And he's just kind of, but I think what he's most noted for is he was the writer of, and I believe co-creator, someone can check me on that, but he was the writer of Bulletproof Monk, the miniseries that turned into a movie. And so R.A. Jones is a writer of some note. And so anyway, I found those and dug those out. Thought that's cool to kind of reminisce and remember. Those were probably some of the first things. This may be the first item I ever had signed. And so that's one of the reasons why it's just kind of cool to me. And even when I was a kid, teenager, even then I'd already been reading and collecting comics for several years, and I already liked the history of comics. And so so that is what it is. But anyway, this next one I dug out, just again, this is very haphazard, but this next one I dug out is actually a Carl Potts cover. I don't talk about Carl Potts covers very much. Interiors on this book as well. Maybe it's the him doing his own art, inking his own art, or whatever. I'm not sure, but this is a Doctor Strange number 63, and this being a black cover. And it just really, this cover speaks to me every time I see it. It's just amazing looking. And maybe it's just me. I know art is, what they say is beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and art is very subjective. But I love that black background and that Doctor Strange illustration there. But even the interiors, the opening page, very, very nice stuff. I'm not that familiar with Carl Potts' work. His work is not any that I've ever sought out, but this book, very impressive, and I was kind of impressed with his art, and I could see him. I don't know even how long he worked on Doctor Strange, but, and again, I know art's very subjective, but to me, that could have worked for quite some time for me on Doctor Strange. So, just an interesting, really cool cover. Carl Potts doing Doctor Strange. That was Doctor Strange number 63 from looks like 1983 if you want to go chase it down. Now, I know some of you know who Tom Lyle is. Tom Lyle was the artist that worked for a long time on Spider-Man, and worked on did some Punisher work as well. A few years ago, my family and I were out on a vacation, a jaunt, and I found some books by Tom Lyle. If any of you are Tom Lyle fans, these are comics that I almost would guarantee, I would almost lay money on if I was a betting man. I'm not. That you've never seen these before. 2004 Lane Morgan Media Incorporated, all rights reserved, printed in Canada. But the name of this book is Chickasaw Adventures. It is a very, very Tom Lyle cover. And you look at the character, look at their faces, very Tom Lyle there. And that's issue number 1. Unfortunately, I do not have issue number 2. Issue number 3, again, very distinctive Tom Lyle style there. And issue number 4. And you know me, I haven't read them because I've never located issue number 2, not even on eBay. And it's been a while since I've looked, and it may be there now. I don't know, but anyway, he did the interiors as well, and very Tom Lyle, distinctive Tom Lyle style. Tom Lyle style, I like that. But anyway, so some interesting Tom Lyle there that maybe you've never seen before. Most likely, I've never seen before. And okay, things are gonna get weird here in a minute. First couple of autographs. Came across this on eBay a couple of years ago. This I got for dirt cheap on eBay, and I was glad to have it. Ray #1, which was the miniseries. Okay, it's Ray #1, wherein Joe Quesada did the artwork, and I got Joe Quesada's signature on the front cover there in gold ink, which really comes out well on that dark background. Got this, like I say, I think shipping included, I paid like $5 for this, and I thought that was worth it. Even with a spine tick or two, it actually does have a certificate of authenticity. I don't think I've ever noticed that till just now. See, these videos are real, man. So anyway, $5 got me a Joe Quesada signature on a character. Admittedly, no one cares about now, but we know this stuff is cyclical, man. It comes around. One day, they're going to want to see the Ray again. And then there's this one. Now, always loved Space Ghost as a kid. Always loved Steve Rude's art ever since I first discovered him on Nexus. Mike Barron and Steve Rude's Nexus. Great stuff. Some of the best, as far as I'm concerned, some of the best comics ever done to this day. Well, back in 1987, Comico turned out, or Comico, depending on your pronunciation, turned out a Space Ghost special, and it was just a one shot. But Steve Rude did the art. Beautiful cover on there. I almost forgot to show it to you. Very true to the designs of Space Ghost, and who of course Alex Toth worked on, and just really cool stuff. But a friend of mine was going to a Comic-Con in Tulsa, either Tulsa or Oklahoma City. I wasn't able to go, and Steve Rude was going to be there. He said, "Hey, do you have anything you want me to take?" And I said, "Well, thanks for asking." I gave him a Mr. Miracle annual, and I gave him this, and there it is, my Steve Rude signature on Space Ghost. So very happy to have that, and and Mark Evanier worked on this as well, the writer. But man, just so colorful and crisp and clear. I love the artwork in this book. It's a fun read. So a couple autographs there, just as I come across stuff in the collection. Now here's where things get a little weird. We're going to call this, though, this is still comic related, because these characters have appeared in comics. I have no idea where I got this, except I must have pulled these out of a dollar box at some point in time. And so so I'm just going to pull these out and show these to you, because one of them, I don't know what it has to do with anything. Okay, we'll just start with, like I said, it's about to get weird. Okay, here's a pretend coupon for a Marvel burger. Grab your double-sized #1 issue on March 31st. 2 out of 3 doctors say fast food is good food. It's got Nova, the human rocket, on there. Does anybody know anything about that? I don't know what. That's obviously Eric Larson's Nova. What's with the Marvel burger? I don't know what that's about, but there it is. This all came together, okay, in this one bag, so I had to pull it out of a dollar box. Flamehead. I think that's a video game thing. Hey, look, you can pull all manner of strange things out of comic boxes sometimes, but Flamehead there, and you got some solicitation of Flamehead #1 on there. I guess that's a video game guy, video game character. I just don't know. But there you go. But then here's the interesting part. Now, I was never a big fan of this band. One, maybe two songs that they sang that I like, but I have a lot of friends. One friend named Charles Brock, who may watch this video, I don't know. But these were also in that bag, and I can't think of the artist's name that I think did this, but some Kiss Psycho Circus stickers. Now, some of y'all, I'm not sure. I think Night Tiger might be a Kiss fan. I don't know. But those came in a Wizard magazine. Those were in the bag as well. So all that for $1. I couldn't care less. I'll probably end up making that first person who tells me they're a Kiss fan on this video, they're headed your way. Okay? Angel Medina. I believe those are by Angel Medina. But anyway, a couple of last things here. Now it goes from strange to stranger. These are actually some items I bought at an antique store, or no, flea market recently, within the last few months. Some of the strangest birthday cards I'd ever seen, and I got them for cheap. Literally, I don't think I even paid. I think I paid $6 to $8 for all of them, and they were just odd enough and weird enough to go ahead and pull the trigger on. These are Star Trek birthday cards. Okay, this one says "Happy Birthday to a Great Human Being." Has some of your main cast members on there. These were from 1976. Paramount Pictures Incorporated. You wouldn't make a bad Vulcan either. Look at that. That's Spock on there paying you a compliment on your birthday. All right. Who wouldn't? That would make anybody's birthday. Any comic fan or Star Trek fan. Now remember, Star Trek has appeared in many comics, so this counts. All right, this is comic stuff. All right, here's another one. All right, this is your captain speaking. This is your captain speaking. Okay, and inside it says "Have a far out birthday," but you actually have these punch out figure. This punch out figure that you can punch out and stand up. I'm not going to. I'm going to keep them the way they are, and all that good stuff. But I just thought that was kind of cool. Something I hadn't seen before. I'm a big original Star Trek fan. Not a big Next Generation fan. Sorry. But here's a couple more. All right, now this one doesn't have any language on the front. It's just kind of a cool looking picture, and Captain Kirk in his green shirt, which I really think that should be gold. I don't think he ever wore green. I don't remember. Maybe he did. But his hair looks a little dark for that. So I'm wondering if they darkened things a little bit on there. Well, what this is, in the inside it says, "Let's communicate," and it is a punch-out communicator. A communicator that you can punch out, put together. There's the instructions and kind of good stuff. So more punch-out fun that I'm not going to punch out. I'm just going to save, because who knows? One day somebody might want that too. Now, last item, and last Star Trek birthday card. You know, I've always said about William Shatner, he may very possibly be the best overactor in the business. No director, in my estimation, ever had to tell Shatner, Bill Hammond up, okay? He always just kind of did it, all right? This is actually a very colorful card with a really nice, smug, happy birthday smile from Captain Kirk there. Don't you love that? Don't you just want to punch him? Don't you? Okay, he's a great actor, but yeah, you want to punch him. And what this is really cool. This is a meritorious service certificate. The United Federation of Planets Achievement Award. This is a special achievement award is presented to, and you could put the name of the birthday person there in recognition of outstanding dedication to the ideals of understanding and brotherhood put forth by the United Federation of Planets in testimony whereof we have affixed our signatures hereto this star date, and you have the UFP Commander, UFP Lieutenant Commander, and Starfleet Commodore. Isn't that cool? What a birthday card. That's just great, nice and bright, and well, don't you know, some young Star Trek fan loved to get that. Probably stood that up on it, maybe even framed it, who knows, and put that up on his wall back in the day. So, and plus you got that. Boom. If they would have marketed a stand-up punching bag with that face on there, man, they would have made $1 million. So anyway, that's it. Just some more interesting and odd stuff dug out of the boxes as I'm going through and organizing this collection of mine. And so anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching Four Color Commentary, and we'll see you next video.